Transformers Tuesday, once again, here at Robo Prime Games headquarters. This is a unboxing of everything I picked up while I was on holiday, because there were some prime location, if you pardon the pun, prime locations to acquire some. I went to Forbidden Planet in Norwich, which has only been open a few months, and they had a sort of modest selection of Transformers. There were more than one that I wanted, but I reserved myself because I knew that I was going to be going to another place, which is more national, at least online. I went to In Demand Toys, who are also based in Norwich. So they come to like Comic Cons and stuff, bring all their wares. I've got Transformers from them at Comic Con in the past. So it was nice to just visit like where they're actually based, and they have an incredible warehouse. It's like a toy shop heaven. It's the kind of, like going in there as an adult had the same feeling as when I would enter a toy shop when I was a kid. Like just the absolute wonder that is to be beheld in there. I highly recommend it to anyone who is that neck of the woods at any point. If you're listening and you like Transformers or just collecting action figures in general, In Demand Toys in Norwich, get yourself over there. They were also selling things for a couple of pounds cheaper than like competitive retailers, which I kind of question how they can get away with it, but they can and they do. Anyway, good evening, Space. Congrats on being first. Hello, Versace and Electrolyte. Welcome, one and all. It's transforming time, baby. So I won't regale you with who we're going to be looking at today. I will just... Well, I mean, it's in the Discord if you really want to know. But no pictures, so you can't see what they look like. But we are going to start with Studio Series Transformers 1 Orion Pax. So I have 3 already, but they're Optimus Prime. This is Orion Pax, and he is the same but different. Yeah. Also, good news, I actually remembered to bring a pair of scissors with me this time. No meekly leaving the office being like, oh, I forgot to bring a pair of scissors. I actually brought them with me. There we are. I should not have thrown that box so far away because I want to put this in there. Never mind, I'll put it in the next box. Instrucciones, which are a decent size. Good. I didn't expect anything too complicated from this guy because he's only little. He's also barely visible on camera. I might have put the webcam too high. Let me see. Put it to like there, maybe. Oh, that kind of looks better. Right, what is Orion Pax packaged with? Well, he has a little blue orb, which is actually, I'll open it out and I'll tell you what it is. Oh, there's other things in here as well, thank God I checked. His little smokestacks that aren't really smokestacks but are more sort of shoulder-mounted laser weapons. Oh, no, actually, flamethrowers. He uses them as flamethrowers in the movie. Oh, Oh my god, come on, I cut it better than that. Yeah, thank you. Okay. That is everything from the baggie. Okay. So this is it's a map of Cybertron, and it shows the location of the Matrix of Leadership, or at least where it was last seen. Because a whole plot point about the movie is that there is a Prime, but the Matrix of Leadership is missing, and only the Matrix of Leadership can make everything right again. So everyone's like wanting to find out where it is. And in the movie, Orion Pax is hunting around some archives, and he finds a map. And this is the map. It's like a digital little hologram map thing. So that's what that is. And those are his little shoulder cannons. Oops. Nearly flung that everywhere. His other, frankly, much more interesting accessory is this beastly mining drill or buzzsaw thing, which he can hold with 2 hands, or 1 if he feels it. The wheels or the blades spin independently of each other. I think they are. Oh no, they are carbon copies of each other, but they are literally facing different directions. You can kind of see on the shadows there. Very cool. And if he so wanted, he could wheel it along the ground to count how many meters something is. And then we've got the guy himself. Let's free him from his prison. I would be very surprised if I wasn't able to figure out what his transformation would be, because some of it is even exactly the same as some of his predecessors, maybe with some little improvements on there. There have been some complaints that he's quite small, but thankfully I do have some other... Well, as I said, I've got some Optimus Primes that share this design, so we'll be able to see if that's true or not. Oh my god, what is going on with his feet? He's got such long toes! Right. There he is. There he is. And we've got more of this plastic shit everywhere. Of course we do. At one point, Hasbro were using like ropes that were like twist tied or something. I'd much prefer them than these, because these are just such a pain to clear off my table. Okay. Here is Orion Pax. That's a great head sculpt. It actually looks like Orion Pax, whereas some of the Optimus Prime ones don't really look like how it does in the movie. He also looks pink. Can I try and fix the colour correction? I feel like I've already been attempting to fix the colour correction for like weeks now. Well, it's because I don't know which one it would be. White balance? White balance isn't even doing anything. Oh, because it's fixed, that's why. Oh god! I broke it. Cancel. That was terrible. Is it the hue? I think I've tried hue before. Oh, too much. That looks better. He does actually look red now, doesn't he? This is how you get a tan, literally. Oops. Oh no, I killed him. I killed Optimus Prime. He's dead. Look. Oh, why does he look orange? For God's sake. Mind you, Studio Series Optimus Prime from Transformers 1, his coloration is bad. Orion Pax is much more vibrant. I think that's a major flaw in the Optimus Prime version. They've dulled the colours. They should have made it much more vibrant. Anyway. Mutilated a Prime, 1 mil to everyone. Yeah, it's probably just the webcam. Or it's my lighting. I feel like I can never get it right. Just imagine that this is, like, red. He looks good. Feels good. I'm kind of... I was kind of expecting him to be similar to the other Optimus Primes that I have. And I think he is. There are some stark differences, though. He's got, like, clicking knee joints in 2 places, so that's unusual. He has a single, like, waist piece here, which comes off and flips upwards a little bit, but it does actually clip into the groin, which the Optimus Prime that you just saw, who I killed, he has the same thing, but his doesn't clip into place. You are solely relying on the hinges, which are unreliable, which even this one is proving. Okay. He's a little stiff. Let's give him his drill. See if I can get it so that he's holding it with both hands. Fuck. Where you can kind of hold it like that. I feel like would you hold it side on? I suppose you could do. I suppose it's dealer's choice. Underage Orion Pax, because he's a minor. Get it? That's still pretty cool. Does it store on his back, I wonder? We all know I'm a fan of weapon storage. Oh my god, yes it does. These 2 grey tabs on the back, they fit just so on his backpack. That probably makes him a bit back heavy. How well does he stand up? Pretty well. Yeah, a little nudge and he falls backwards, but he can actually stand up on his own with it hanging off his back. But of course you could just put it the other way. And then he can just relax and slide along on his back monowheel. like that, see? Finally, Optimus has a real job, a minor. Hello, Venomane. Venomane from the Department of Work and Pensions, here to make sure that Orion Pax is doing a job and not just freeloading. Oh, do you know, I forgot to put these on. He's not even in his complete look yet. Very small little shoulder pistol things, which I suppose because they tab into 5mm pegs, you could untab them and put them in his hands as like little dual wielding pistols. They are very small though, and that was very tight to fit in there. Giggity. There you go. That kind of looks cool actually, but it's not where they belong. He doesn't use them like that. Some of his joints are a little tighter than I would like. Oh my god, his waist swivel is a travesty. And I mean, it's cool that they included something from the movie, but it does look like he's just holding an ice cream. Hey, maybe that's my headcanon now. Little baby Orion Pax with his ice cream. And his big dwill. Oh, the wrists do kind of bend inwards. That might help with holding it. There you go. Just taking a work break, having a cold one. Wow. I wonder if this actually stores anywhere. I'd be surprised if it did. The instructions will tell us. He has a big drill. Does Elita know? Not yet. According to her, he has neither the touch nor the power. Okay, so I haven't really talked about what I actually think of this. I think it's a great looking robot. It does look like Orion Pax, which it should, but it looks more like Orion Pax than the Optimus Prime looks like Optimus Prime. And on that note, let's bring out his peers. So this is not this isn't the Studio Series Optimus Prime. This is the Optimus Prime that's like mainline, the kind of stuff that you would buy for like your 8-year-old or something. Whereas Studio Series is like aimed at collectors kind of thing. At first I wondered if he was a retool of this, because as you can see they're almost like exactly matched in terms of height, but I can already tell you that Orion Pax has more posability. This guy has much limited mobility. He has a knee bend but nothing in the feet, whereas Orion Pax has lots of feet action going on. Quentin, no. Just because I say feet action doesn't mean you have to start jacking off. That's Tarantino, by the way. Then we have... So this is also in the Studio Series line. This is Studio Series Optimus Prime. And I actually really like the size difference here. But as you can... this color difference isn't just my terrible webcam. It's actually like this IRL as well. Like, this red is not vibrant, the blue is not vibrant, and the grey looks like it's just been yellowed. I would be so happy if this was repainted to be in this colour. But the size difference, perfect, yes. Orion Pax should be smaller than Optimus Prime. I don't know if he grows this much bigger in the film. Like, there are sections of the film where he becomes Optimus Prime, links up with... I said hooks up, not quite like that. Links up with the other Autobots, but because they haven't got their T-Cogs yet, he's a lot bigger than them. But I'd need to watch the film again to see if he's this much bigger than them. But colour differences aside, it is nice seeing this together. Like, they are literally, you can see the evolution of one to the other. Or in terms of colour, devolution of one to the other. There is one more that we can compare, although quite different in terms of size. This is the Takara Tomy Optimus Prime from Transformers 1. I can't remember exactly what it's called, but it was like a one-off leader class version of the guy, who has pop-out cannons in his shoulders. Wachow, like that. Blinking, you'll miss it. They also annoy me because this one on the left, his left, it clicks into place, but the spring pushes it out a little bit more, so you've got this really ugly gap there. You can see how much closer this one is. Really cool, and again, much better colours. If this is the size difference between earlier Cybertronians and Optimus Prime, then there's screen accuracy for you. But once again, I wish that these colours, these colours are almost 1-to-1. I think there might be a slight difference in the shade of red used. I think the blues are a bit darker on Orion Pax there. But yeah, the Studio Series Optimus Prime is really letting the side down with the colours, and it just, I think I mentioned that even from day one, and the fact that I keep mentioning it, and more Transformers 1 characters come out, it just shows you the problem in the colour scheme. So there they all are, and I'm not going to convert them all, but I will get a picture of all of them in vehicle mode as well. Left-handed action, yeah, when you want something different, and you sit on it to make it feel like it's someone else. What? Okay, let's put these guys to the side, and let's see how posable he is. So I've already given his head a wiggle. He is kind of on a ball joint, so he can tilt side to side and look all around. He can look up that far, not very far at all, and can kind of look down. He also has light piping, but I can't really... There's no light to kind of show off that working. Shoulders are on 2 different hinges, a forward and backward, and an in and out, so he can flap his arms. He has upper arm rotation, but the rotating joint is off-center, so his arm cuts itself off like that. And that's not the only thing that does that. We'll be able to see something else later on. He has a double bend at the elbow. I think one of them might be to do with the transformation. Yeah, that looks much more transformation related. but it's still cool that he can, you know, he can do the Wallace pose like that. Oh, grommet. Kinda. But that's cool. Double bended elbow. Good range of motion. The wrists do rotate. It's very tight though. And they do fold inwards, so he can spin like a ballerina. Right, now I mentioned earlier that the waist swivel is dire, and this is why. Now, I know that he wouldn't really turn around that way, but you'd expect it to be a bit more central, wouldn't you? So, like, even if you turn it off to the side a little bit, half of his upper body is just hanging off the side of him. So, it could be that it's a waist swivel that you're not meant to use because it's transformation only, but yeah, I also kind of think they have to make compromises for the transformation, and it's not a deal breaker. As I said, still a great looking robot, but that was like, ooh. Tight and spins like a ballerina. That's what they say about me. Then we get down to the hips. Can he do a Jean-Claude Van Damme? Ooh, he can. Not quite perfectly vertical, but that is a very good split. The hips are on a ball joint. Up and down, in and out. As I said, the knees are on a locking joint here. He also rotates at the knee, and it bends that far back. The feet are on incredible ankle tilts. There's a little bit of forward and backward motion as well, more so forward. Backward doesn't really lean that far, and you've got a little bit of toe movement as well, but they kind of lock into place as if they are also transformation related. So yeah, you kind of expect good range of motion for Studio Series guys anyway. And the waist joint here, I'm really glad that pins into place when he's in robot mode, because Studio Series Optimus Prime, the badly coloured one, his waist pops off like at the slightest movement. It's really loose. So I think that's probably something they learned from, and they've like made it, they've pinned it in there. It wouldn't surprise me if in a future line they reissue this guy with better paint apps. If they do, I might get it. I don't know. Or maybe I will, and then this guy, I could like see if I could paint him up myself. I don't know. Still a great figure, and again, the size difference really cool. I could even headcanon this one as being like a battle-hardened Prime who's losing his colour a bit because of the war. I don't know. You have to make your own answers to these questions. Right, I need a swig of tea because I'm thirsty bitch. Ooh, delish. Okay, let's turn him into a Cybertronian truck. Oh, interesting. It obviously did fit into his hand, but what you can actually do is mount it on his arm. There you go. That actually looks a lot better. That makes a lot more narrative sense. If you put it in his hand, it does still look like an ice cream, but this looks a bit more like he's viewing a projection from his wrist. Very cool. It does not show anywhere for that to store other than on his wrist, so it might be something that gets thrown into my accessory bag for all the stuff that I don't display my Transformers with, because there's nowhere to put them in one of the modes. Right. Rotate his shoulder guns all the way around. Fold the head in there. Then toes all the way down. And then upper body up and back like that. Yep, that's exactly what I've done in the instructions. Oh, hang on, what do you mean? I thought I had to undo those. Why are you now telling me to plug them back in? What? Yeah, that's definitely correct. Rotating it that way. Oh, no, it's not showing to put that into there. It's showing to take that off there. Right, okay. Bloody hell. Shoulders. What are they doing? Oh, coming out and swinging down like that. Okay. Flip that up. And then the shoulders are facing out like that. Yeah, okay. So even during transformation, I can tell you that they've managed to, again, make the same vehicle mode transform differently to the robot mode. Even though they all look the same when they're done. What's that bit? This. Oh, I see. That goes like that. And like that, okay. So we've got a bit there. And we're turning over. Oh, and then this folds down and covers up the face, poking out the top of the roof. It's coming together. Yep. And then flip this over. And God, what is that bit? This? This tiny little bit of plastic in here? Yeah. Weird. So that comes up. Shoulders go back in. And the arms rotate back that way. Fold the wrists in. And then rotate them. Which way? That way? Oh yeah, so the wheels are down. Yeah, okay. Rotate this all the way around. Alright, and then fold the arms in. Oh God. Like that, is it? Okay, yeah. So this weird red frame pegs into the arms, I think. That looked right. Didn't feel right, but it looked right. Hang on, I need to bring it to me so that I can get a better look at what I'm doing. They've somehow managed to make it more complicated than the other guys. I hope the payoff is worth it. Yeah, that's got to be facing the right way. Okay, yeah, that is definitely where they go. Oh, but they're not lining up correctly. That's what she said. Okay, sure. That is tricky. This is far more complicated than I thought it was going to be. Right. So this bit's lifted up, and the only purpose this red bit serves is to like help keep the forearms in place. But they are a pain to even fix into place. Right. If you're going to keep popping off, then I'll just leave you off. Oh, that felt like it did something. Okay. Aha. Okay. I think I might have been folding them in too far, because I've now managed to do that. You can see the wheels are lined up. I swear, fucking fuck Lego Online stuff. They put two on the 3 oldest One Piece sets that most people have. Ugh. Well, that's what they're obviously thinking. Oh, lots of people bought this. Let's capitalise on that and get them to pay more money. Or most people have them. They want to sell the remaining stock, so it's an incentive to try and get rid of the rest of the stock. Maybe. I don't know, I'm just here to talk about Transformers. Right, we're here. And this bit has folded up, yep, okay. Then everything up like that, yeah, okay. So it's almost like a Gerwalk mode. Oh, do those clip into the arms as well? Looks like they do. But it's a bit tight. Please don't undo the work I put into getting the arms to sit like that, because I don't think I could face it twice. Yeah, no, they literally do connect to the arms that way. Right, let me try and sort that out then. Orion Pax, you little shit. Maybe it makes more sense to do that first, and then get the arms to follow. Did I rotate the hands the right way? That could be part of it, couldn't it? There I was saying to Hannah, oh, it probably won't take that long. Here I am, still on the first guy. Half an hour in. Ugh. Alright. See, now I'm doubting if I've got the arms right after all. Oh my god, fuck off. Don't start making weird snapping sounds at me. Oh my god, why are you being so impossible? Jesus. Oh, and now that's fallen on the floor. Great. Where did that even go? That's a problem if they pop off that easily. Fuck it, I'll get it later. Let's actually turn them into a truck first. Right. Let me just follow the instructions on the arms again. Just in case I've done something completely wrong with them. So, he's facing like that. We've lifted up this red piece. I'll move this out of the way. Okay, they're there. That can't move any further than that, so that is in the right place. Arms. They face that way. You rotate them inwards. Fold the hands in. They clicked, so that is as far as they're meant to go. It didn't say to rotate the arms either. The wrists, sorry. Then rotate these so the fists are facing down. I've already turned the waist around, so that's facing the right way. And then fold them in so that they're... Good God. They just added Transformers Generations Power of the Primes Optimal Optimus with a throne. Beast Wars 1 was more girthy though, looked cooler in play mode. Yeah, the Power of the Primes Optimal Optimus. I really wanted that. I think there's third-party versions of it as well. Right, the shoulders were moving independently of the arms. I wonder if that's what's causing me all those problems. I think they're going on a bit of a Beast Wars hype because even though it's the 40th anniversary of the Transformers the movie this year, it's also 30 years of Beast Wars. But it's kind of overshadowed by the movie. Maybe I need to move the shoulders in a bit more? It doesn't say I should. No, the shoulders should remain stationary. These arms are asymmetrical, but... Ah! Why? This little bastard. Why is it giving me so much grief? It was all going so well. Singing the praises of the colours of the robot mode. His cool little ice cream, his drill. But then turning him into a truck. It's an absolute bastard. And, you know, even with that bit, like... the fact that these bits on the arms are meant to meet that doesn't make sense. They won't stay that way. And his wrists are unfolding themselves as well. Ugh. Okay, I might just, like... None of that is locked into place, but I'm actually getting fed up with how they work. So I'm just going to move on to the legs now. So fold up the waist piece, which I've done. Yes. Yeah, the legs are apart, which I've already done. Yeah. And then just... Wait, what? What's happening with the legs? What? Confusing. Oh, right, okay. You have to angle the legs up and have the upper thighs tab into the lower waist. Angle the other legs down. Oh, that explains the locking knee joint. It's how it locks into place to get the wheels flat on the ground. Oh god. All of that effort, and that's the truck. Not going to lie, that is very underwhelming. But that might just be because I've had such a bloody trial getting this guy conveyed. Right, where did his other... There it is, over there. I have to expertly angle my foot round the legs of the tripod. Expertly done. They call me Robo the Nimble Toad. Toad as in T-O-E-D, not Toad as in Toad of Toad Hall. Okay. There we are. A lot of effort for not much reward, if you ask me. His drill stores there. Yeah, okay. So, you know, I actually quite like that the drill can store there. It kind of fills out the back of his truck a little bit. And then this can plug onto his back there. So it's nice that it's got somewhere to go for vehicle mode, but if he can only hold it on his wrist, excuse me, in vehicle mode, then it's a bit, you know, a bit of a shame. But then again, now that I know that those pieces are there, it might have somewhere to go when he's in robot mode. I'll have to find out later. Ugh. Right, sorry Versace, as you have witnessed. I was distracted by trying to get this guy converted. What an absolute nightmare that was. Man, I mean, it could be one of those figures where I just have to transform him back and forth like umpteen times to really learn like how the movements work, get it a little bit looser because obviously it's stiffer when he's fresh out of the packaging. Giggity. And see if it's something I can work around. Maybe I'll like it more later, but you know, for now, again, I've spent like half an hour on this guy. It shouldn't take that long for a guy of this size. Anyway, Studio Series Orion Pax. Hello, Chaotic. Welcome. Beast Wars is probably one of Versace's favourites because it was smack in the middle of your teens with cartoon and everything. Hell yeah. I was probably at the right age for Beast Wars, but we didn't get the TV channels that broadcast it, so I didn't really get major Transformers content until Transformers Armada in the noughties. So I was all over that. I did have a few Beast Wars toys though. You love the OG 80s and 90s too, but a lot was after the fact because I was too young on releases. Yeah. You remember waking for school at about 4 AM so you could watch early airing and the only airing of Starship Troopers, Roughnecks and Beast Wars before I went to school. Nice. Chaotic, it does look a bit weird. Yeah, it does. Like, there's nothing here kind of filling out the truck cab, if you will. And there's just some really obvious like legs and hips at work there. Definitely one where the robot mode is more enjoyable. Transformation, pure pain. But yeah, we will revisit the robot mode later. Let's move on to the next guy, and hopefully we'll have a nicer time. The next guy is Age of the Primes Cliffjumper, based on his Transformers Prime look from the cartoon of the same name in like 2010, I think it was, 2010, 2011. Cliffjumper was voiced by none other than John the Rock Dwainson. Sorry, Rock the John Dwainson. Dwayne the Jock Ronson. That guy. For one episode. Didn't need a voice actor after that because... Spoiler alert, I mean, if you've seen the cartoon, you know this. If you saw my Instagram post about this haul, you know this. But spoiler alert, if you weren't aware, Cliffjumper gets killed off in the first episode of Transformers Prime. So that is why Dwayne Johnson only voices him for that one single episode. And you don't need to voice him again, because if he does come back, he came back as an undead, possessed by Dark Energon, I think. What cool dude. His feet are thinner than I thought they were going to be, but it's a cool looking robot. I'm kind of getting the same vibe from it as Age of the Prime Smokescreen, who is also from the Transformers Prime cartoon, and that kind of makes sense because obviously they're built from the same. They're cut from the same cloth, if you will. Some need to stay in robot mode. Oh, I know, but you know, it's like I said about collecting Transformers in their packaging. Like, why would I keep it in its packaging when I could, you know, it's built to transform, so why wouldn't I? But you know, first impressions are a bit off, but I need to allow time for me to grow accustomed to that Studio Series Orion Pax, because it might surprise me in future. Who knows? Or maybe some clever clogs out there will make an upgrade kit for you. You know, there's so many upgrade kits that I want, but I'm just terrible at actually getting them, because I'm like, well, why get an upgrade kit when I could get 3 more robots, you know? Rock Dwayne's Johnson. Dwayne, it's in my contract, I can't lose Johnson. Yeah, but he has lost a lot. Fine print must be gnarly. Yeah. Doesn't Steven Seagal have something similar in his contract? I don't know. Right. I really dig the robot mode here. I know I said that about Orion Pax, but I think this is a really cool robot. Really well proportioned. You've got the iconic pieces of car hanging off him. I thought you'd be more likely to see an Autobot symbol like facing forward. Otherwise, they're kind of sticking out the back. But I do have Autobot stickers, so if I can get away with it, maybe I'll see if I can put one on his frontage, so to speak. Versace's friends didn't believe that you built that Lego. If it wasn't for the pics of Sid with your Lego. Still not as weird a contract as the character's boobs must be bigger than vodkas. Wow. One in 4 years is a good process. Wow, so Cliff has some kind of claw weapon. I mean, the instructions will tell me how it fits together, but I can kind of figure it out. So we've got that. Their claw. And then there's these. So one is like a kind of searchlight or torch. And then this one is just a square lump. I might just have a quick sneak at the instructions to see what they actually do. Oh, okay. It just says to store them on his wrists. So these will just go like this. I should say, this is a re-release of an earlier Transformers Prime Cliffjumper mold, one that was used in the Transformers Legacy toy line. And wait, does this work like that? Hey, how do you attach that to his wrist? Oh, like that. So it's held on through friction. It doesn't plug in. It just sits over his hand like that. That's pretty cool. Yeah, it's a re-release of the Legacy line, but obviously I missed that one. Gone for this one instead. But I think itself is a retool of a legacy Cyberverse figure. I couldn't tell you who, but a character from Transformers Cyberverse became this, basically. Okay, so that's a look at his accessories. He's got those two like wrist-mounted blasters and a claw. It's been ages since I've seen Transformers Prime, so I couldn't tell you what purpose the claw was. I suppose there's some practical uses for it. Oh, excuse me. Right, let's take those out. Other options. It shows... Take those off and put this where? Oh, right, so put it facing that and then put it there. Oh, okay, so you can kind of mix and match them. So you put it on there like that and he's got like a hand blaster thing. I don't think you can fit many blast effects in there because these are 5mm holes and a lot of blast effects I think are for like 2mm. Oh yeah, another customization option is to take these and put the little claws on them to give him arm-mounted wrist claws. Sure, Cliff. You do you. Or he can use them as an extra finger. And then you put this on the wrist as like another blaster thing. So that's kind of fun. I'm holding back a little bit of reservation because I'm like, are these going to store in his vehicle mode? Well, actually, do they store in his robot mode? That's what I should be asking. There is a 5mm peg on his back, but this doesn't reach it because these pieces are locked in place and they can't move. There doesn't seem to be another way to store it. Unless you... I wonder if I can do that and then... Oh, no, it'd have to be that way. Well, you can... You can give him some sort of weird tail by doing that. I've given him a secret beast mode. Right, we'll leave them over there, and we'll see what the instructions tell us later. For now, here is Cliffjumper the robot. Again, I really dig the look. Let's do a quick comparison with the other Transformers Prime figure, recently acquired. Smokescreen. I think Smokescreen's a little bit taller. He's definitely much chunkier, much more rounded pieces, whereas Cliff has sort of slender, blockier proportions. But I think they look good together. I think Smokescreen's wider as well, isn't he? I mean, not just by the door wings, but like the shoulders as well. Yeah. So, Cliffjumper, built for football, Smokescreen, built for rugby. That's how you can interpret those. But that's two characters from Transformers Prime. I think some other guys from Transformers Prime who have got recent figures, but no Transformers Prime Optimus Prime yet. I hope they do that, because that'd be pretty cool to see a reinterpretation of that. It's a tricky one, though, because he has like such angles on him. And really slender legs. And a really wide chest, so I don't know if they'll translate that very well. Okay, but who knows what people can do nowadays. Cliffjumper's range of motion. His head is quite mobile. It seems to be on a ball joint. There's not much side-to-side tilt. His face is also pretty hard to see, but the eyes pop really well, so that's good. Shoulders are built just like Orion Pax is. They're on 2 separate hinges. They're a little bit hindered by these pieces on the back, and I'm not sure if they're stuck there permanently. Actually, I think... Can I... Oh yeah, they bend inwards, but I don't think they'll go... Yeah, I think the arms are getting in the way. I was hoping that you could like sort of tuck them around to his front, but no, you can't. So they get in the way of some shoulder motion. Otherwise, he can rotate his shoulder all the way around. There, you can see it's catching there. So you'd have to kind of angle it around that piece. A forgivable offence, because as I said, it's a good-looking robot, and I guess, you know, like I said earlier, they got to find compromises for the transformation sometimes. Upper arm rotation, elbow joint. The wrists fold down as we saw earlier, but they are otherwise static. They don't rotate or anything. Waist rotation is so good that you can do a Transformers 2007 jazz with him. You want a piece of me? You want a piece? No, I'll have 2. Otherwise, his waist rotation goes... Oh, maybe not quite all the way around. Maybe the reason it popped off is because there's a little bit of resistance from this red bit on his butt. Yeah. Have I broken that now? I think I need to slide that forward. Does that come all the way forward? Ooh, fuck. Okay, no, I think it is attached. I think it's just it pops off quite easily. Fine. Still a better waist rotation than Orion Pax. Okay. Hips. Does he do a very good Jean-Claude Van Damme? He does. He doesn't have the ankle tilt to sort of meet the ground, but he can do the splits very well. Mid-thigh rotation, just above the knee. And the knee has about a 90-degree bend. The feet do have an ankle tilt of sorts, only to that angle, but that's probably all you need to get him to look cool. They go all the way out the other way, though. Probably for transformation. No back and forth tilt. There's a little bit of give in the heel, but not much. Oh, yeah, I don't know what it is. I really like the robot mode. I keep looking at it thinking it's just really cool. It kind of has the classic tropes of a car transformer. You know, like with the roof of the car being the chest, and like the headlamps in the feet, the wheels on the side. But like, it's so neat and tidy for a robot. You know, there's no like huge backpack. Honestly, it is pretty cool to have all these accessories do different things. You've got like some display like options there, but again, the concern is, do they go everywhere in the vehicle mode? Smokescreen initially deceived me, because these little hand cannons that he's got, the instructions only showed them plugging onto the back of his vehicle mode as like some boost exhaust port things. And it was only later that I discovered that you can actually transform him with them attached on his wrist. They fold nice and neatly under the hood of the car. So it could be that maybe outside of the instructions, Cliffjumper will have some storage options, but let's not assume. Let's see if the instructions will tell us before we convert him into a car. So at the moment I'll put them to one side. Let's see if this goes any smoother than Orion Pax did. Right. Rotate the head all the way around. Fold down this little number. And then lift up the entire roof. And that goes there. Great. Is that meant to snap into place? Because it didn't. Yes, I've done that. Rotate the arms all the way around, obviously being careful to mind the pieces on the shoulders. Okay, then We come to the legs, and we're rotating the wheels down like that. Yeah. Oh, and then they extend. Wow, look at that. So, I mean, feasibly, you could give him incredibly long legs. But no, we'll be sensible. Let's focus on the transformation. Fold the heels down, like that. And then the feet... Are they rotating all the way around? Looks like they are, yeah. Yeah, that's pretty fun. That worked. Oh no, there's a little tab for them. There, okay. And on that side, 2. Oh, fold the little headlights down. So we can see bits of car sticking out of his feet now. Then rotate the legs. Wait, what? Oh, turn him around that way. Rotate the legs so the wheels are on the ground. And then pin the legs together here. Oh, and then pinch these together. So we have the entirety of the front of the car there. And then this whole assembly brought over like that. Okay. Oh, and then I think the arms, yep, they just collapse down the side of the car. Very nice. And then these fold down and hug the sides. Once you find where they fit. There we go. Alright, and there is a bitchin' little muscle car. Giving Mustang vibes, maybe a Dodge vibe as well. I don't think it's meant to be anything in particular, but obviously inspired by cars of that type. I love the bullhorns on the hood. That is accurate to the show, and it's, you know, it's very Cliffjumper. He has horns like that on his robot head. Doesn't roll particularly well, not through clearance issues. I think the wheels are just a bit tight on their axle. Now, as for his accessories, the instructions do not show them going anywhere under the car. I don't know if there is genuinely anywhere they would fit under the car, but otherwise it says to put them well, put the claws in the claw hand and have that sticking on his back, yeah, like that, and then you have these on the side of the car. Quite ugly, if I'm honest. But yeah, I've got plenty of Transformers that have the storage like this. It's nice when they go away to make a clean robot mode, but at least they all have a home to go somewhere. It's like the next best thing. Yeah. Oh my god, how quickly was that? How quick was that transformation? So much more enjoyable than Orion Pax. I shouldn't shit on Orion Pax too much because, as I said, he might grow on me later. So that was Studio Series Transformers Prime Cliffjumper. A very cool dude indeed. Right, now we will move on to 2. We'll move on to 2. I picked up the second wave of Hot Wheels crossovers. Technically there's a mid-wave, which is basically a repaint of Twin Mill. Wasn't too fussed about that one because, you know, you've seen one Twin Mill, you've seen them all. But this is GT Scorcher. So the names that they're given are the names of the cars they are based on. So this isn't a Transformers exclusive name. This is literally the GT Scorcher car, which I think are based on real kinds of car, but I couldn't get information on exactly what kind of car. That was surprisingly easy to open for a card package. I wonder if any toy collector purists watch this VOD back and see me tear open the card, and they're like, "No, what are you doing? It's supposed to be mint. It's supposed to be pristine." Okay. More little plastic shit just went everywhere. Where did that even go? It fell out of my hand. Oh, there it is. Can confirm it's just loosely based on Group 5 race cars. Thank you for fact-checking, Chaotic. Okay. Packaged in car mode. Very cool. I did this one first because I think it's the other one that I like the car mode more. But this guy has a pretty cool weapon gimmick that we'll see later. Well, yeah, wasn't there some kind of gimmick with the front of this Chaotic? Didn't it say that it could like raise or lower or something? And that might have been only for the car and not the Transformer. But I quite like these because they look like more traditional race cars. Like Twin Mill was like a really like simple shape, kind of aerodynamic shape, but not like recognizable as a car that you would see going around like a stock car race. Bone Shaker, obviously more like a hot rod, so that was, you know, some semi based on real life. But then these look like actual race cars. And as soon as they were revealed, I was like, yeah, I prefer that look already. But will I prefer the robot mode? We'll have to see. Yeah, all the accessories are in the car. So that's good, because that's something that I look for in a Transformer, something that I prefer in a Transformer. Not a deal breaker, but it's something that I favour. Some front scoops can flip up and down, yeah. So it can kind of flip up, but then it would interrupt the wheels. So I don't know if that's what it means, or... Yeah, it's more likely that this Transformer doesn't do it. It's also a very clean car mode. Like, obviously you've got the... You know, that's clearly the back of the robot head there. But everything's nice and neat and tidy. No exposed robot parts. Orion. Rolls pretty well. The front wheels aren't really catching that well. That's why he's kind of drifting to the side a little bit. Now, let's... Yeah, there's not really much more to be said, so let's turn him into a robot. And I think after this one I shall take a short break as well, because I'll be halfway through them. But yeah, the Orion Pax one took longer than I thought. Okay, so we take as a car, and we break down these bits, pry them apart if they have any give. Yeah, a bit. That's popped off, but that's meant to, as is this. And what we have here is a branded butter knife, and then another little dagger there as well. And those are his weapons. That's it. I'll move those down. This bit folds out like that. And then they all pull out back like that. Oh, these arms have folded open already. And then this bit folds up like that. And then back on itself. And just sits there. Okay. Then this rotates all the way like that. You can see we're getting a bit of a robot mode showing through now. Click the knees into place. Done. And then what's happening with these? Do these rotate around, do they? Can't quite make out on the instructions what they're doing. Oh, no, it's showing them this way. Okay. No, fine, we're not doing anything with those yet. Cool. Feet fold out like so. Got the heels there. And then does that just collapse around? Looks like it does. Yeah. And then I guess rotate the feet. Yes. Oh wait, what's that? Did I get the feet the wrong way? Yes, I did get the feet the wrong way round. There we go. Oh, interesting. So you actually fix his feet into place. There's no movement in them. But there was when I rotated them the other way. Alright, never mind. We'll leave them like that for now. Already did that bit. So now we're returning to this. So facing this way, this collapses like that. And that exposes his head. Is that resisting something, or is that just... Oh, okay, the shoulders hold that into place. And take those down. Fists out. Rotate the arms. Oh, the wheels come down and fold out. Okay, and then down. Hooking onto the shoulder piece. Cool. Okay. So that is the robot mode for GT Scorcher, and the idea for his weapon is that you attach the blade into his hand, so you end up with a kind of double-bladed Thanos sword, or you can just have them dual-wielding knives, one knife slightly longer than the other. Okay, and I guess if you wanted to, you can store the blades on his back. You can definitely store that one there. And I think this one was it just there? It's like they want to store in that place, but they're not. Okay. Yeah, there's a little bit of friction there, but you can store his blades on the canopy of the car. But there is GT Scorcher in robot mode. Pretty cool. I wouldn't say it's as refined as Cliffjumper was. This is kind of what I mean. There's like a huge... Okay, that wasn't so attached after all. Like there's a huge piece of car hanging off his back, but it adds to the look. It's a defining Hot Wheels look. He's definitely got a kind of firebrand look about him with the clear gold plastic, lots of red. The silver highlights are kind of good too. In fact, he's very wide proportionally as well. I'm just going to stick that in his hand because I clearly can't store it anywhere else. But it's cool that you can put that one away and leave it there. The other one I'll have to kind of figure out as I go, I guess. Right. Cool. Let's see what he's got in terms of posability. His head, while awkward to get to because of the big piece of car at the back, it does rotate. I can't really rotate it very much at a time because of, again, how the back works. He doesn't have any up or down tilt. I can't even see if he's on a ball joint, but yeah, there we go. The shoulders. See, the shoulders come out like that, but they're actually meant to lock in to the abdomen as part of the transformation. So you kind of have to undo that to get him to do that shoulder movement. But that being said, his upper arms do swing out on their own, and you can lift the wheel up to get that kind of outward motion there. So you've kind of got two different shoulder movements to work with there, which is kind of nice. There is an upper arm rotation and an elbow bend of 90 degrees. The hands are fixed in place and can fold down. That's about it. Waist rotation is there, but it's kind of, again, the panels hanging off the back are kind of at risk of clashing with everything. Chaotic never really understood the Hot Wheels Transformers. They're kind of too pricey for Hot Wheel collecting and not that interesting to a lot of Transformers fans. Yeah, I suppose so. I think maybe they're aimed at people like me who are just like, ooh, that's an interesting Transformer, I will get that. Someone who finds them interesting. But I do have quite a few of the other collaborative ones now, so it's kind of like, ooh, it's a collaborative Transformer. I'll have that, please. I think I mentioned this the other day. In Demand Toys, where I got all these from, apart from one of them, they had the new Scooby-Doo crossover Transformer, and I was like, I want that. But there were other ones there that I wanted more at this time, but it was like, if I had the cash to spend, I would also have gotten that. But I was being careful. Me being careful walks out with 6 other Transformers. Yeah. Okay, so he's got waist rotation. The splits, the Jean-Claude Van Damme. That's another good one. Another good one indeed. You can see it there like that. I could do another sort of conga line of Jean-Claude Van Damme's today, couldn't I? Like I did with the last unboxing. His robot mode's growing on me. He's got that more mechanical look about him, I guess. Right, the knees. They technically have a double bend, but one of them is meant for transformation. So one of them, the knee kind of clicks there, and it'll bend like that. But if you untab it, you get a little bit of extra motion there. There's upper thigh rotation. Now the feet, they're an interesting one. So with the feet as they are like this, there's a peg at the bottom of the shin that holds the feet in place. So that means you can't move them. But if you untab that and rotate the feet around, you can get a little bit of give from the joint here under the foot. You kind of get a little bit of back and forth tilt as well. They are hindered by that peg that plugs into the back of the foot. And yeah, no, in fact, that ruins the whole thing. So it's like the feet do move independently, but you have to lock them into place to get the guy to stand up, which is it's a bit of a shame that you have to do that. I don't know if they did that because they found he was too unstable, but I don't know. I mean, I think as long as your ball joints are tight, you can, or the hinges are tight, you could get him to stand on those feet. You wouldn't need to plug them in. But there you go. It is what it is. Cool. So there is GT Scorcher. Dunzo. Now, I'm only... an hour and a half. No, I said I would take a short break, so I will take a short break. I will try and make it actually short. But to tease who's coming next, you can probably guess who it's going to be. We're going to look at El Segundo Coupe, the other of this Hot Wheels pair. So we will check him out in a little while. Stick around, more Transformers to come. Smells good. I sniffed it right up my nose. Right. Snorting beer. Yeah, apparently so. Nice. Okay. Oh. Turbo Deer. Boo. Turbo Deer. Turbo Deer isn't running away. Looked right at us. We looked into the eye of the Turbo Deer, and I am blessed with speed. Yeah, everybody gets a gifted sub. It helps, to be honest, that in the UK they are now £3.99. So I can afford a little bit more, you know? Just words. Chance in that than this fucking shit. Shut up, you motherless cunt. Get fucked, and then get fucked some fucking more. You absolute bag of rotten, gangrenous dicks. Three fucking direct injection of adrenaline that Tommy found, and oh, this is nice. He thought, oh, I feel really strong and able to kill everyone. So now he's going to run in here and deal with all these clowns.
What do I pay you for?
I'm not sure how that happened, but I'm annoyed that it happened. Alright, let's recall this. That's enough of that. We're not here to party. Not yet. Oh no. That telltale gurgle. I think this might be it. Yeah, here we go. Oh, Jesus fucking Christ. Oh. Fuck you. You're not a threat to me. You're practice. Yeah, that's it. Fall in the coffin. Another perfectly timed death fall. Okay. Did it say I have to go back and see Roland?
Lies cast upon my friends.
Yes, thank you. Why would I keep that? That's mean. Hey, put an end to Aurelia de Vesp's schemes. That's it. That's the de Vesp. That's the fucking hell. That's the de Vesp conspiracy DLC done. Very short. Seems to have only been one, the length of like an average quest in the game. But this does mean we... Oh, Jesus! That would not have looked good. Look, short blade, 35, and even that was crap. Look at where my long blade is by comparison. 12! Ow. Go away! Oh, God. You guys, please just unbuckle your mouths from each other and let me give this one a job. Actually, they could just... Hang on. You know what? Love does win. Love wins. And you guys should be together forever. God, this is dark. Oh, they might be able to escape around the back. Uh-oh. That must be quick. Okay, no, we're good. Little help?
I'd be better off finding a tool.
Oh dear, of course. Of course. There's always a tool required.
Perfect.
Oh look, I found a poker. That does not look strong enough to do that, for sure. He is a tool. Ooh!
Alright.
Scathing.
That should do it. Let's move.
Oh god, I killed another one! Oh, I'm a monster. Right, I get it now. I get it now.
Stop right there, criminal scum!
Mm-hmm. Yeah, what about the solar panels? Hang on. I'm gonna take the train for a ride. Make sure all is well. Sit back and relax. Enjoy the ride. Factory railways. The fuck? Why does it do that? What? What? What the hell? What? Rico. Rico, please. Concern Froge. In-game, he uses stunt double. Yeah. What is that? Can I... No. What am I targeting there? Jesus, that was fucking cursed. What?
Has God himself deserted me?
How? Yeah, someone else is going to have to come in with the yikes. That'll do. Bye! Whoa, what? Oh no! That little troll! Oh my god! I see you know your judo well, sir. I want bits of that meme to be sound alerts. That'd be great. Exclamation mark, like, meal. A succulent Chinese meal. Get your hands off my penis. Sorry, he's more Australian than that, isn't he? Get your hands off my penis. If no one knows what I'm on about, Google it. Just Google succulent Chinese meal, and I bet you'll find it. Let him go, you filth. Let him go. You will not touch him again. Now come on and finish it. How much stuff did I just lose? Including diamond gear that I thought, oh, I can bring that with me now. Oh, I felt that one. That was a good one. That was a good one. More like that. Oh god, final lap. Ugh. No! Oh, no! You not, look at that. 21 armor points less. Okay, that also goes to Chamber of the Titans. You know what, Viranus? We're gonna go. Sorry, Viranus. We're gonna go the back way. Get it? Because Viranus. Unsure if he appreciated my little joke. Hopefully he did. Rune's Dagon is here! The barriers between Oblivion and Termrail have been destroyed. Our only hope now is to somehow defeat Mirage Dagon and cast him back into the fiery chasm from whence he came. Perhaps Martin will know what to do. There he is! Alright, mate! In the face! Fire damage effect resisted.
You know. Now give it here.
What the fuck? Are you sure it's your family?
Sheesh, so many accusations. Are we partners or not?
Something doesn't add up.
I waited long enough for this moment. Look, I've got the key. Now give me the box.
What are you gonna do? Run after me? Do I have the aiming and shooting on shot?
Yeah, go on then.
Why?
Why not?
You need it trapped with the fan.
Oh no, there you go, see? It's doable. Panicked, but doable.
Oh yes! Now I fall to my death. Pure adrenaline. There we go.
Ooh, fuck me. Okay. Come along, comrade, this way.
What do you need all for? They haven't even got any joints. But it gives my skin such a lovely sheen.
I enjoyed that joke. I enjoyed that joke because I totally didn't clock that either.
And you fail to punish them, then I will be forced to do mercy punishment.
Oh. He's in the cargo bay! Open the door. Look at that. Come on. Come on. You can do it. I can't sit high enough. I'm going to be honest with you, I don't really want to see this one.
I have a taste of the loading screen.
For God's sake.
Oh. Salty.
Salty. Hello, I'm back. Why isn't the music playing? Oh, it's just really quiet music. Wow. Yeah, come on, give us something louder. Quote 132. Oh my god, it's a big one. Brilliant. Right, hello, yes, I'm back. I do have a beer. Let's quickly crack it open. Salt, Hex, Export Stout. Darkened Reach. Craft Mastery, Down-to-Earth Delivery. We are Salt, named after the pioneering industrialist who built the textile mill village we first called home. Built on the same progressive values as our hometown, innovation and adventure are woven into the fabric of all that we do. We create great craft beer for everyone and do it our way. It's in our nature. Cool. Let's crack it open. So I can either do it here so you can see it, or I can do it closer to the mic for ASMR. I choose ASMR. Wouldn't be surprised if you saw the beer land on the table, because it almost went everywhere. That is definitely dark and rich. Yum, yum, yum. Okay, Hot Wheels 2.0 for this evening. I mean, really, it's Hot Wheels 3.0 because it's the fourth Hot Wheels guide I own. Hot Wheels 4.0. Maybe that beer's already getting to me. There we go. Yeah, I definitely like this car a lot more than the other one. I guess it reminds me kind of a Ford GT, and I really like the Ford GT. I think one of the Ferraris it reminds me of as well. And what Segundo comes with is kind of like Twin Mill. He comes with like little blast effects rather than like actual weapons. There's some nice parallels there. There we go. Okay, and there's still a bit of plastic that remains on the table. Right, yeah, a very nice. Oh, well, I'm also probably partial to this because it's blue and white, which I don't know if you noticed are quite common Robo colours here on the channel. But you do have a streak of gold and red striping down the side, gold hubs as well, and some nice painted red rear lights, and a nice golden Hot Wheels down there. As for these, they have little tabs on them as well as little... Oh no, there we go. They plug into the back like that. So you've got these little boosters boosting along. 2 boosters boosting. 12 Days of Transformers. It's a song waiting to happen. There's the tiniest Hot Wheels logo and Autobot symbol just there. Didn't even see where it is on Scorcher. Oh, it's there in the middle of his chest. There you go. Not that you can see it in much detail because the camera doesn't focus. Yeah, kind of like Scorcher, the wheels don't roll that well, but again, I don't think it's a clearance issue. I think it's just the wheels don't grip very well on this table. A very nice vehicle mode. I like it. And no distinctive robot parts underneath, which is also very nice. Let's turn him into a robot. Oops. Oh my god, that's it. That's how big the instructions are. Scorcher wasn't that big, was it? Yes, we saw how that works. Oh, hello. I did wonder if this popped off, and it does. The exhaust port pops off, so it's a little handgun as well. So this doubles as like blaster fire. Or it's like a Cybertronian divining rod to find oil to convert into energon. Okay, pop off the doors. They're on 5mm pegs, so it's like they're meant to. But it does show them still attached to the arms, so I will move these down and then reattach them. I think I watched a video about these guys from That Toy Guy on YouTube, and he also said that these shoulder panels like to pop off. So that is a known issue. Right, flip the hood up, lift up the canopy. I can't believe how small these instructions are. I haven't seen instructions this small in ages. Flip open the undercarriage, and the legs swing like that. And then rotate that around. That was tight. Ooh, tight and creaky. Okay. Oh my god, that's the feet. Okay. They are really well hidden there. See if you can spot where the feet are. Can't even. Maybe it's easier to pry the legs apart to get them out. Oh no. Oh, there we go. There's little tabs just there. There we go. Do they? Oh, okay. No, they're fine. Right, this forms the chest, and then we've got his head there. On the back, this comes down some more and sits there like that. Bend at the elbows, rotate at the upper arm, and flip out the wrists. Oh no, you've got to rotate the side panels apparently. Oh, God no, really? No, it was much better before. Okay, I might change those back myself. If I can get the hands out. Yeah, they fall off of their own accord, of course they do. Okay. Yeah, I already prefer this robot mode to Scorcher. Not that I totally dislike Scorcher, it's just if I had to choose between the two, I would choose this one. If I had a fave. Oops. There we go. Ooh, yeah. Okay, so that is Segundo's robot mode. Kind of like Cliffjumper, it's a lot more like streamlined. Not so much obvious car parts hanging off him like Scorcher did on the back. But I do have a grievance. The instructions say that you should have these panels rotated like that so that his wrists are like resting on his armaments. Yeah. But I think they looked a lot better facing that way to give his hands a bit more clearance. Yeah, and it doesn't even interfere with the shoulders that much. Like, that's his arm straightened out, and it doesn't, like, it's barely touching the shoulders, so you've still got the same movements that you would have otherwise. So I'm going to ignore the instructions on that front. Right, there we go. There he is. Oh, we'll put this back in hand. See, there's a little slot in the middle of the rifle here, which I feel like means it would store somewhere, but as far as I can see, that's not the case. It's on the floor. Ugh. Bet you're wishing there was a prediction to say whether I would drop anything on the floor, because it's happened several times now, hasn't it? Yeah, as far as I can see, it doesn't store anywhere. So he's either holding it or that's it. There we go. A cool dude. I'm going to get all the Hot Wheels guys out altogether in a second. But let's look at his range of motion. They really don't want to stay on, do they? Okay, head. More mobile than Scorcher's, I would say. It's on a slight ball joint. He's got a really big chin. He's not really picking up on camera that well, but he does. Shoulders. They go up that far, which is pretty good. I thought it was going to be less than that. They also rotate quite well. There's really good clearance on those shoulders, actually. As I mentioned earlier, the upper arm rotation is not withheld by any of the body parts. 90-degree elbow bend, and the wrists are static, except for folding into themselves for transformation. Waist rotation, very tight, and amazingly, even though this part of the car is hanging down, the waist can rotate with enough clearance for the hips to pass under them. Wowee. Okay. The old Jean-Claude Van Damme. So he does have, again, those same car parts are hanging down just beneath that, and that is causing him to kind of sit forward a bit when he's doing the Jean-Claude Van Damme. See if I can counterbalance by moving his arms. There we go. Perfect. The splits. Hips go all the way up, and I guess see, they don't really go back that far because of this piece, and there's not really anywhere for the canopy to lock when you move it up, but that would allow you to bring his hip all the way back. Good knee bend. The knees work quite similarly. In fact, the whole legs work quite similarly to the G2 sideswipe that I showed off. That was in the 2-pack with Grand Slam. No, Slam Dance. Sorry. Yeah, even with the shins, like folding over to where the legs go. It's actually quite a simple way to get the whole back end of a robot transformed. It's just to have it folding inside the leg and then fold the shin over it. Nice and straightforward. Here's where Segundo has something quite significant that's better than Scorcher. He actually has moving feet. So they flop down like that. You can't really do much with that, but they are on a tilt. So you can definitely get more range out of them than Scorcher could. So Segundo was my favourite of the two, and there are quite a few reasons that back that up. But he is but a part of a whole. He is one of 4 Hot Wheels Transformers. Let's put Segundo there. Scorcher next to him. GT Scorcher. And then of course the other Hot Wheels pairing is Bone Shaker and Twin Mill. So it is pretty cool seeing them all together. Like, this is very much an Autobot team. Couldn't tell you who the leader of the team is. It's surprising they actually go really well together for robot modes. I think the vehicle modes would stick out quite a bit, especially Bone Shaker. Because again, these are more traditional, like, race car styles. That's a hot rod, and this is a kind of futuristic lump. That's a bit mean. But yeah, they're a really cool set. And they're all built to scale as well. Like, they are all not as small as an actual Hot Wheels car, but nor are they as big as like your standard deluxe class figure. So like, again, if I just bring Smokescreen, because he's easier to reach. Smokescreen's a little bit bigger than them. So they are kind of scaled down little robot dudes. And they're all very cool. So we will return Segundo and Scorcher to their vehicle modes later. Let's find somewhere to stand them. Right there, okay. And we will move on to the penultimate robot of the evening. Age of the Primes leader class, Liege Maximo, who is one of the strangely iconic villains of the Transformers comics of the 90s in Generation 2. And yet, as I understand it, he literally only appeared at the end of a comic run, which was then cancelled. And here he is with a leader class mainline toy. I think he's always canonically been one of the original 13 Primes. But he's one of the weird and wonderful guys. With a very strange vehicle mode, if you can call it that. And a very iconic silhouette. And I always like a Transformer with an iconic silhouette. Let's free him. Liege Maximo is also the reason why Megatronus fucked up the other Primes through coercion and persuasion and lies. In some concept art or continuities, Liege Maximo is styled after Loki from Norse mythology. Maybe even more so Loki from Marvel Comics, like a trickster. Why did you fall out but nothing else is falling out? Oh, there we go, I found the hole. Right, there we go, that was everything. And then a little bit on the floor. So we'll talk about those in a second. I've still got to finish getting them out of here. Oh, there's some on his shoulders as well. My god. Eep. Careful now. Okay. Will he release now? Yes, he will. Great. Fold out his gargantuan heels. Yeah, those are in the right place. Those are right. Ah, there we go. Just had to rotate his arms a little bit. I've just got to make him look presentable, you know. Okay. There he is. Very pointy. Pointy and green. He's like Swamp Thing, isn't he? Or Man Thing, if you will. So every Prime from the Age of the Primes line, or indeed every Prime canonically, has a relic associated with them. And Liege Maximo has the Ligian darts, as they are called. And that's what these are. Although he's got some quite pointy bits kind of surrounding his head. But I don't know if they're meant to be the darts or if these are. I think it's more likely to be these. They're all a different size and shape. Oh, it also folds. That's cool. So you just sort of plug them in here. Like that, and then you end up with a kind of cluster of them, which he can, of course, wield. Oh, he's strangely magnificent. Like these horns, these curves around his back, and I think they rotate, so you can kind of angle them every which way. I think they can even unplug. Maybe do they unplug? Oh, okay. No, they don't. I thought you might be able to swap them so that you got the screw holes facing back, but yeah, that's cool. Looking very much like he does in the one comic that he appears in. Honestly, I think it might even be just a single frame. Oh, excuse me. Yep, I've put the backpack on exactly as the instructions tell, which is good. Same with the darts. Oh, he also has a fold out. Wait, which way? This way, probably. Yep, there we go. He has a fold out hand cannon. Which, I mean, it's angled, so it looks like he's actually got more of a stump. But you can extend the Legion darts onto his arm like that. Very cool indeed. Or indeed have that as just a blaster. But I kind of like... He's just... Oh, wow. I really enjoy how varied the 13 primes have been. I'm still a few short. Hang on, I can see them there. So, Amalgamus Prime, Megatronus, Onyx Prime, Prima Prime, Alpha Trion, Solus Prime, Micronus Prime, Alchemist Prime and Quintus Prime are here. This is Liege Maximo. That's only 10. Still 3 short. Who's missing? Oh, well, I mean, Vector Prime is missing, but I want the Legacy Vector Prime, not the Age of the Primes Vector Prime, because the Age of the Primes Vector Prime is gold and black. I want the look he had from Transformers Cybertron, where he's got like mauve helmet, white, clear blue, gold, stuff like that. Who else is missing? Honestly, they did Star Optimus Prime as one of them. Oh, fucking hell. Nexus Prime. There we go. So I've got 11 of the 13 primes. I should have remembered Nexus Prime. He's one of the most recent ones that I unboxed. It's not very neat and tidy, but Liege Maximo can store his Legion darts on his already heavy backpack. Look at that. Complete with jet boost there. God, he's a really cool, commanding presence. It's strange to think of him as a trickster. You'd think of like a little tricksy fellow as being quite small and lithe, like a weasel. But Liege Maximo is a trickster who is also like an absolute powerhouse, an absolute unit. So, speaking of the other primes, I don't have all of them out, obviously, but there's Quintus Prime to show him next to someone else who is also kind of a weird and wonderful shape. We've got Alchemist Prime, who is the more traditional kind of robot shape. I should probably have Liege Maximo front and centre, shouldn't I? So Quintus Prime, Alchemist Prime, and then speak of the devil, there's Nexus Prime. So look, there's such variety with the 13 primes, and I love it. I'm very interested to hear how what the design process was like for the 13 primes. Honestly, Alchemist and Micronus Prime, at a glance, you'd think they were the same guy. They're the same size and shape. The only reason you can tell the difference is because Micronus Prime is the inner body of the Micronus like exosuit. Quite a lot of them turn into cars as well. Primer Prime does. Amalgamus technically can. Solus turns into a car. Alchemist turns into a car. Micronus turns into like a monocycle thing. So that's like almost half of them. But then the other half turn into spaceships. So it's kind of evenly divided. Oh. I'm not sure what to do about Optimus Prime. Because he was technically sold as a member of the 13, but as his commander class, or maybe even Titan class, like a great big, like futuristic truck that is almost it's almost like a playset. You've got like a mini hot rod in there. He comes with like a little black transport vehicle for that hot rod, but he's absolutely gargantuan. And I think all the 13 primes should be, you know, roughly of the same size. Like, I mean, I know you've got leader class, you've got deluxe class, but like, I want an Optimus Prime to stand in like among this team. I don't want to have to pull back the lens and show like this gargantuan background character, you know. So part of me is hoping that they'll release like an actual Optimus Prime, you know, as a member of the 13. If not, some collectors have been just using existing Optimus Primes as like a stand-in. I think I saw one person used the Transformers 2007 like protoform Optimus Prime to give him that kind of alien look, that kind of primitive look of Cybertronian life, which I can respect that, but I don't have that guy. I could use like Orion Pax from the 2-pack with Gladiator Megatron, because he does, you know, I said at the time he looks like an Optimus Prime, and he would be the right size. I think he could blend in well, but yeah, I don't know. So him and Vector Prime are the only members of the 13 that I have left to get, and I'm hoping that I can pick up a Legacy Vector Prime at some point. Anyway, ramble over. We've shown him with some examples of the 13 primes. Let's take a look at what he has to offer mobility-wise. Thank you, Quintus, Alchemist, and Nexus. Yep, here we go. A very iconic spiky look. Quite a lot of it is soft rubber plastic, so these flex around quite a bit and return to their original shape. These are quite soft towards the tips as well, otherwise they're quite solid down here. He's got soft shoulders as well, soft shoulders, and a very soft and squishy head, probably because of how many spikes are on there. That's his head, by the way. I can't really tell what part of it is his mouth. Like, I like to think that he speaks through that like orange grill, but then I don't know if his mouth is actually underneath his nose. It's a strange one. He's open to interpretation. Put the mouth where you like. I really like the mechanical, like metal, like guts almost, showing across his chest and even down into his legs. He's not the only character to do that. I have Legacy G-Axis, and he's from the same era, from like the 1990s Generation 2 comics, and he also has like these kind of fleshy like worms and lines flowing throughout his body. Oh, and there's a whole bunch of it on the back as well. It's a very unique look. Yeah. There is also something quite Unicron-esque about these spikes as well. But I don't think he's really associated with Unicron, except in the story of the 13 Primes where, you know, Unicron made the Primes to combat evil. And yet evil was sowed among them for the balance in the universe. Okay, I said about mobility, didn't I? So his head, as you've seen, of course I'm casting a very big shadow over it because I can't get the fucking lighting right. rotates quite nicely. It's not on a ball joint because he doesn't have much head tilt. He can look down quite far, probably because of transformation. Does that actually clip into place? Oh yes, it does. Yep. He can also barely look over his own tits, which, you know, we can dream, right? Shoulders. Okay, so you have to move his like pauldrons out of the way to expose his bare naked arm to get. Sorry, I've just seen that. Prime, Amazon Prime, Jeff Prime, or what's the one called from Guardians of the Galaxy? Like the leader of the Nova Corps. Nova Prime. That's it, Nova Prime. Although Nova Prime is actually a Transformer. Nova Prime is a Prime who fell into the Dead Universe, disappeared, and was turned to evil. Yeah, so the shoulder moves up, but you have to move the pauldron out of the way. Otherwise it comes out that far. He's got good elbow joint, just more than 90 degrees there. Wrists rotate independently. They also rock back and forth a little bit. I think that might be for transformation. Or not. No, fine. Waist rotation. Yep, it is present. Liege Maximo, can you do the Jean-Claude Van Damme? Hell yeah, you can. And he's got very mobile feet, so he can do the splits. His calves are absolutely huge. He has upper thigh rotation. Actually, that's mid thigh rotation, and double jointed knees, but they only bend. Can they bend that way at all? No, it looks like they're meant to bend, but they're not bending. So, oh, but you can get that much of a bend out of it anyway. That's really cool. Look at that. And thanks to his giant heels, can he stand on one foot? Oh my god, he can. Wait. Look at that. That's rare, if you ask me. In a Transformer, being able to do that is rare. Stand on one foot. And he's no pixie, as you can see. Right, I've talked about the knees, haven't I? Yeah, so it kind of implies that you can bend the knees here, but when you move it, it's only the lower joint. So I'm not sure if they can move at all or if they're fixed in place. His feet, as we've seen, tilt side to side. The toes kind of fold down a little bit, or well, a lot. That's really all you get out of them. His heels are these giant red panels. I did wonder when I got him out of the box, you can tuck them under his feet there, but they do actually act as ankle supports, so he will fall over if you fold them away. Even though it's tidier like that, you do need those folded out. They're a bit like in your face. Well, I mean, I hope they're not in your face. I wouldn't want Liege Maximo pushing his feet in my face. But, you know, when you're facing him from the front, which is honestly how you want to experience this guy, because he does have, as I said, an iconic silhouette, you're not going to notice the heels much anyway. Yeah. Very cool. Probably one of my favourite robot modes among the 13, just because it's so iconic. Like, you know, I'm a creature, I'm a beast of two halves. Like, I really like the simple, blocky aesthetic of a Transformer, but I also love the weird and wonderful aesthetic of a Transformer. Okay. Now, we're going to turn Liege Maximo into a question mark. Okay, what have we got to do? We've got to turn these up. Oh, there you go. There's some display options there. You can also... Wow. That's very... This is one horny dude. Move those up. And then the head just moves down like that. Okay. And then this whole section like that, and then you fold the head away, and then that comes back down like so. Pauldron's up, and it's showing the arms. Oh yeah, they do kind of pull out from the side. And then just up like that. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Rotate the forearms so that you've got these bits like that, I guess. Yeah. Oh, but then how does that work? Oh, I might have missed a bit because suddenly his chest is removed. Oh, okay. No, I misinterpreted it. I thought it was the arms pulling forward, but it's not. It's the entire upper body. Ugh, there we go, like that. Then these rotate inside and the arms meet in the middle, like that, is it? Or like that? Ah, no, it's like that because there are some tabs on the arms that slot into there. So we end up with that. The backpack rotates like that. Kind of has these angled down a bit. Now we come to the legs and fold these back. Pinch the legs together. Rotate the waist. Ah, see, even internally he's got these worm-like innards, even in the places you don't see. Fold open the waist. Yeah. And then this whole section. Ooh. Clips and moves like that. What's this? The feet. Okay, like that. Oh wow, okay. Then rotate the hips all the way around. Like that. Yeah, I think so. Oh, okay, yeah. Oh wait, the Liege darts. So it folds like that, and then you put it in between his hands, which are actually rotated. I missed that, but thankfully they rotate with no trouble. Oh, they don't go between the hands, they go under his heels. Very clever. I was deceived. Very in character. So you end up with the Legion darts kind of sitting out here at the front. They have a habit of wanting to pop off. Sad. So either that or they're not in properly. Yep, so they're in, and then we do this bit, and then they fold over like that. You little bastard. Get back where you get back there. Oh, nice. They are also held in place by these green sort of carapace pieces, which is good to know. Oh my god! Don't fall apart now, you dingbat! Jesus. Okay. Still a better transformation than Orion Pax earlier. Just saying. Come on. There we go. Right. What do the shoulders do? Apart from fall off. There we go. Oh, I think they literally just stick out of the side. Okay. Right, okay. That is Liege Maximo's alternate mode. Yeah. So we never actually saw it in the comics that he appeared in. So it's kind of open to interpretation what he turns into. What's been pointed out, and I have to say I agree, is that he looks like the motherships from Transformers Dark of the Moon. And I kind of like that. That's what I've put on my spreadsheet, is that he turns into a Cybertronian mothership. He's got the bulk required to like house other things inside. There is also something quite insectoid about him, which the Michael Bay Transformers movies leaned into heavily. Great big slobbering insects with a robot was the quota for the robot design, really. I've got to be careful with this bit because that silver sting there was bending in between his boobs. So I'm just lifting this bit up so it doesn't get bent. But yeah, again, it's just so weird. It's right up there with Quintus Prime's alternate mode, which is like a spaceship with a squid sticking out the back. Though he doesn't really balance on anything. That's fine. Yeah, it's just really cool. It's really cool how you don't really know what he turns into. Nothing's ever like confirmed. Retain instructions for future reference. I always do. Yeah, so he turns into a Cybertronian mothership. There we are. So, 5 out of 6. Although technically, there is 7. But one of them literally turns into a cassette tape, so... this is Stranger Things, Freakwency, and 8 tracks. With stylized spelling there. I think Freakwency spelt the normal way would have been good, but whatever. I did not see Season 5 of Stranger Things, but I understand that WSQK is like a canonical radio station in the show. I don't know if the van ever appears. If it does, I don't know what episode. But yeah, it's another collaborative effort. I love how it's actually upside down pictures now as well. Very cool. Yeah, I actually really like the robot mode for this. I may not care for Stranger Things much anymore, but I saw the robot mode and I was like, you look very cool. I want you in my collection. But then I say that about a lot of Transformers, so that's hardly a unique thing. Oh my god. First I have to battle my way through the fucking tape. There we go. Lovely, and then everything else should slide out. Yes, it does. A much less interesting box than what Code Red came in, the other Stranger Things crossover, which I did unbox. So if you want to see what the packaging was like for that, you can probably find the VOD on my YouTube. There's the instructions awkwardly rolled up. Don't really like that. It's going to make it really awkward to open up. Try and flatten that out a bit. That's nothing. Anything in there? No. Okay, he's definitely been the easiest to open. So I like that. Right, and we're done with the scissors now as well. So yeah, a very nice van. I really enjoyed how the van looks, as well as the robot mode. So I'm excited to see what this is like. WSQK, the squawk. You can almost hear the radio chime. Spoilers, he's a robot inside. Nice Autobot symbol there on the grill. This is it's inspired by a GMC something. So GMC, the vehicle manufacturer. It's a GMC van. Hawkins Hitmaker. And this is a well, this is a rubber chicken. I have no idea what the significance is of this, whether it's something from the show, or if they thought they'd have a bit of fun and put a transforming chicken as the accessory. I don't know if the chicken is sentient, but I'm pretty sure it turns into a gun. I mean, I should be looking at the instructions to see how it works, but that's boring. I want to learn the transforming chicken myself. Yeah, see, the handle folds out like that, but then how does everything else work, I wonder? Oh, there we go. You lift that up, flip that around, and close it again. There we go. What does it even shoot? Chicken wings? Is chicken wings the ammo? It's so utterly bizarre. There's 8 tracks, allegedly turning into a cassette tape, but it's no cassette tape shape that I recognise. Yeah. Eggs. It shoots eggs. Yeah. Oh, and you can mount the chicken on the roof. Yep. 8-track tape. Is that what this is? 8-track tape. See, right. I'm showing my age here. I know what a cassette tape is, but if an 8-track cassette tape is a specific thing, I don't know what that is. It might have been just before my time. I guess the chicken it might also just mount as like a mascot for the radio station, maybe? I don't know.
Morning, sunshine.
Oh, no, but then the chicken's upside down, so maybe it doesn't mount there. But then does it just sit? Does it just sit there? Sad that it serves no purpose except to be held and shot. You think you saw one in Last Action Hero? Oh, okay. Oh, hang on. Is it not a tape, but maybe a tape player? Oh, I don't know. I think it says on the TF wiki somewhere, but this is what I'm here for. I'm here for this robot. Let's transform 8 tracks first, maybe. Yeah. Ugh, God, I knew it'd be this awkward. Oh God, excuse me. Okay, 8 tracks. Fold down. Ow. fold down those bits and rotate these silver bits within. Fold that all the way round and fold that out. Yep. Wait, what? Oh, there we go. Oh, it's that way. Great. Yeah, that's it. So that's 8 tracks as a vast predatory bird. Sorry. Wait, that's its name. This is 8 tracks. Yeah, with an X. Yeah, there you go. It's a pretty funky bird. Transformation more complex than I expected. I'm not sure if the silver bits are meant to be guns or if they're meant to be like its feet, but it does have the option to perch on Freakwency's shoulder. So yeah, probably those 2 holes under its quote feet. There you go. Look at that. They could be a set of their own. Chicken and Tracks. Crime thriller. There's not much possibility to mention with 8 tracks. But again, I really like Freakwency's van mode. Oh my god, he doesn't have rubberized tyres, but they are textured to be very grippy. And look at that, he rolls beautifully. He rolls better than the Hot Wheels cars do. Going by Amazon's description, it's a tape that fits in the robot. So it's like Blaster and Soundwave. Oh yeah, yeah. Spoiler alert. But that is a thing that happens. You can see it in the instructions here. But I didn't know if 8 tracks is meant to be a tape or if it's meant to be a tape player that goes in the car. I guess it makes more sense that it's a tape playing in the car tape player. This is very much 1980s. I am a 90s child. I do not know what I'm talking about. Okay, let's turn Freakwency into a robot. Fold out the back. And pull out the entire back section. Oh yeah, okay. Splay them apart and the shins have formed themselves. I need to put those back so I can use properly. Fold these bits down. And then tab into a little slot on the reverse side. The knees click into place. Oh, like that, okay. Yeah, they're on like a accordion joint, so it kind of collapses on multiple hinges, and then... Are you going to click like your other one, like the other one did? Yeah, there we go. So click the knees into place. Feet. Fold. What is that? Down, then up. They don't seem to want to do that. Oh, got to fold these in first. Then that forms the heel. Okay. And then we fold down his little toes. And there's the legs. The van hood down like that. Shoulders are on a ball joint, so that's why that popped off so easily. Fuck. Does that? Oh yeah, it does tab into a socket. There we go. Oh no, just the arms, I think. Oh, excuse me. think I might have the rest figured out on my own. Okay. Yeah, I nailed it. Did the hands without the instructions. Right, cool. There is Freakwency in a very nice bulky robot mode. I really like the helmet head sculpt with like the headphones sculpted in. It's also a nice, really distinctive red to contrast the use of blue. Oh yeah, he's honestly, I very much prefer his robot mode to Code Red, which is sad because I enjoy Code Red as well, like in and of himself. So 8 tracks can perch here, but it's a little bit awkward because you've either got him, well, I mean, either way, he's kind of awkwardly sitting on one foot, and he's like always at an angle unless you flatten out the shoulder, or you'd have him pegged the other way, and then half of him is hanging off 8 tracks the other way. But at least this one gives 8 tracks more shoulder movement. And as for the chicken, Space, did Amazon explain what the chicken is? It might just say a chicken that turns into a blaster, but if it has any other info, that'd be good to know. There we go. Utterly bizarre. And then let's put 8 tracks in there. Should be able to figure out how this all went together. Yep. Very easy. And then I'm not sure. Goes in that way, does it? Ah, no, that way. There you go. That sits in there very nicely and sits there at the back as well. I think you might even be able to transform with 8 tracks in there, like that that grey frame in the abdomen, like that's built to wrap around 8 tracks. So I think you can turn him into a car with 8 tracks in there, which counts as accessory storage for me, and I enjoy stuff like that. Oh, you can also, I've just noticed, you can have shoulder-mounted chicken launcher. Something I've never said about a Transformer ever before. Chicken is not explained. Boo. Don't tell me I'm going to have to watch the show to find out. Okay. Well. Oh, I didn't talk about Freakwency's posability. Let's do that now. I was about to wrap up, but then no. Head is on a bit of a ball joint. I quite like his visor as well. It's very reminiscent of like jazz. So the ball joints on the shoulders give him insane motion at the shoulder. It does look a bit, spindly. I hope that those ball joints are strong and that they're not going to like give up on me at any point. So they can come out that far, swing all around. There is elbow rotation. The elbow, speaking of, oh there we go, there to just clip into place. Elbow rotation. Wrists are individually rotating as well. Very nice. There is no waist rotation. Ooh, that's a shame that. I feel like they could have got away with it. It's not like this bit is separate to where Atrax goes, so they could have given him a waist rotation. Not a deal breaker though. He has a single hip skirt there, but it does actually tab into place, so even though it moves up, it's meant to be fixed in place. He can do the splits very well. In fact, he goes into negative numbers there. Well done, Freakwency. You've got the moves. I mean, he's a giant robotic tape player. Of course he's got the moves. Knees. Yep, just above 90 degrees there, but they're very mobile. They also softly lock into place when they're straightened out, which might be to do a transformation, it might just be for a stable robot mode, not sure. And some good ankle tilt, but that's it for the feet, they don't rock backwards and forwards. Yep, exactly what I expected it to be, a very cool robot mode with some cool gimmicks and a mysterious chicken handgun. Right, now let's review everybody we have seen this evening. Orion Pax, Cliffjumper, GT Scorcher, Segundo Coupe, Liege Maximo, and Freakwency and Atrax. So now we need to do the old reverso, transform them one more time before we completely wrap up. Orion Pax for one, I will be very glad to see the robot mode for, because that was his redeeming factor. He's right, it has to be said, he is not the most difficult transformer I've ever had to convert. That award goes to the King of Cavaliers, a third-party version of Age of Extinction Optimus Prime, which looks phenomenal, and it is meant to transform, but the transformation is just, it doesn't work. I can't get it to work. So it's a really beautiful robot mode, but then I can't like honor its transformation. Ah, come on, how are you supposed to work? Try and get this. There we go. Like that. Okay. That goes there. Shoulders come up. Oh, see, turning him into robot mode, piece of piss. Why can't it be the same the other way around? Get his head up. Yes, I was right. So this little piece on the back here can store his little ice cream. Hold it properly, you dogs. Or not. Okay. There we go. I have broken his wrist to get him to hold his drill, but there is Orion Pax. Okay. There, done. And now Cliffjumper, back to robot mode. Oh, no, there we go. I briefly forgot what had to happen, but now I fixed it. Yeah, that's his feet. What happened here? That did that. Rotate the head around, close that back up. Shoulders up like that. Did they ever clip into place, or do they just? No, I think they just sit up there. Okay. Yeah, cool. And just like that, there is Cliffjumper. Let's just give him his little goodies. Cool. There we are, Cliffjumper. GT Scorcher. Whoops, put a bit of strain there. That was a mistake. Okay, there we go, like that. And that comes forward. Crap, did I need to rotate those? Let's sort the feet out, shall we? Hum. Ah, that was it. Good. Then you collapse like that, was it? Yeah. And then oh. There we go. Knew I had it in me. And then, oh gosh. I might have bucketed it up. I think I need to keep these open. Off. There we go. I knew the arms had a bit of give left in them. clearly there's a specific order to things here. So I can still put that under there, except it won't stay there. That's a pain. Then the hands go in there, the arms up there, then these... Oh my god, no, that's still not right, because... Okay. I think I'm going to need to practice with Scorcher, I think. But I did it without the instructions. There he is as a race car. And now we'll do Segundo. With his magical falling off wrists. Much easier to put back into car mode, which is probably another reason why he's my favourite. I just need to, oh my god, I had his wrists rotated the wrong way, like that. I may have got it wrong, but it's still the easiest of the two. There we go. El Segundo Coupe and GT Scorcher. And now Liege Maximo. Yep, that's fine. You're allowed to fall off now. Put you down there, fold you up as well. Oops. What was that? Oh, his shoulder pad. Oh no, his legs were facing the right way. Just have to find the right angle to fold up the these bits. There we go. fight to get his head out of there. Poke the shoulders into there. It's a shame his shoulders like to pop off, but I think that's the problem with the soft rubber plastic. It flexes and that just makes it go loose. Liege Maximo and his Legion darts. King Moo, best part of the stream. Oh wait, is this not the beer break, or is it? I do have one. I do have one, King Moo. There you are. This is actually the wrap-up segment of the unboxing, where I convert them all back to their original format of the packaging, and then we bid adieu. Can I interest you in a premium rubber chicken accessory? Right, let's see if I can nail the transformation as good as I did earlier. A freemium what? You're free. Premium, I said. Premium. I'm not even sure what I said. Oh, where the fuck did this go? Oh, okay. Like that, yeah. Cool. Yeah, I was right. 8 tracks can stay in there with no trouble. Collapse them individually. Okay, yeah, that was definitely the best way to do it. Kind of have to collapse them up inside the truck like that, inside the van, sorry. And then, does it all just squish, or do they have to be in a certain orientation? I think probably that one, because they are not collapsing the way they should. Right, untab. Let's work on one. Oh no. Oh no, that was right. And interestingly, there's a gap here. I don't think the chicken can fit in. No, the chicken can definitely not fit in there. That's a shame, because that would have been some good storage for it. There we go. Smashed it. Freakwency as a van. With a rubber chicken. which I'm loath to mount onto the roof because it's facing the wrong way, but... Ah, do you know what? I'm such an idiot. I didn't even compare him with Code Red, did I? It's a bit late now. There's Code Red as a robot. Maybe I'll do a picture in the Discord later. Anyway, here we go. That was the unboxing of my holiday haul. Excuse me. That was my belch. So, ranking them. Orion Pax, a firm last place. An absolutely disastrous transformation. Great looking robot mode. I really like the mining drill accessory. That's pretty cool. I guess the movie reference accessory is good too. But terrible vehicle mode, terrible transformation. Then GT Scorcher, bit awkward to transform. The feet lock into place, which is a shame because they are actually on ball joints, so there is potential for them to move, but they don't. Then, honestly, well, let's say a joint second place for Cliffjumper and Segundo, because I really like them both. I like both their robot modes, I like both their vehicle modes. Cliffjumper suffers from accessories not being put away tidily. But he is from like a retool of something where they did that more often, but not so much now. The Coupe suffers from the door panels falling off quite easily, and there's nowhere to put the blaster in robot mode except in his hand. So that puts them at last place for me. Joint first, Freakwency and Liege Maximo. I love the weirdness of Liege Maximo. His transformation was kind of fun, if a tiny bit fiddly, but not as fiddly as Scorcher or Orion. He has absolute presence on the table. Like, there's no getting away from the fact that this guy is a mean bastard. I quite like his Legion darts, even though they're kind of they're asymmetrical. It's like a mix of different things, but still pretty cool to look at. And I like how it folds to integrate part of the impossible to describe vehicle mode as well, although I still think I'm going to stick with the mothership idea. And Freakwency, just exactly what I expected. A really cool van, a really cool robot, some great gimmicks. The transformation is nice and simple. Now that I look at him, I wish that the rear windows were painted, but because everything else on the van is painted, I think it might just be like blacked out windows. And plus the front windows aren't painted either, so you know, you win some, you lose some. But yeah, they were absolutely my favourites. Orion's the worst, and then everyone else is in the middle. There we go, that was my holiday haul rankings. And I'm all hot and bothered, so I'm going to skip the raid today. What have I done this in? 3 hours. Not bad. It's like 2 robots an hour, really. GG, thank you, Space. I will be live tomorrow with some Overcooked after a 2-week break. Probably means I've forgotten everything. So that should be a bit of fun. I will see you guys then. Farewell.